Stephen Gill's radio show.
Welcome tonight to this, Sunday evening. I thought, I'd do a bit of a podcast for you about the recent episode with Joe Rogan and Donald Trump, which was pretty darn cool, on the Joe Rogan Experience, guys. I thought it was great to have the former president go on Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan actually probably about 10 years ago, he was very old school left. He used to be an old school left, actually. I've noticed he's turned to the Republican, he more supports the Republican parties. Guests like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been on the podcast as well. I actually sat down and I pretty much listened to the whole thing in the background. Although I don't have time to watch every single Joe Rogan experience. But whenever he's got a guest on that I feel that is, inspiring, I will definitely be tuning into it, because it was actually very informative, and it was quite a lot of great points that Donald Trump spoke about in his political career. The guy started off as a Democrat, actually. It was actually, I think he was a Democrat voter at one stage, and then, he's... when he had the show The Apprentice, you remember the show The Apprentice? It was on MSNBC. He had great moments of shaving Vince McMahon's head bald and getting into wrestling, which was pretty good as well. The guy's done a lot of great for combat sports and UFC. He goes to the UFC quite a fair bit. Big supporter of golf, of course. Gave Tiger Woods a medal in Washington when Tiger Woods won, was it the 2019 Masters? At Augusta National, which is a very difficult course to play. Even the professional golfers struggle with Augusta. And Tiger Woods to, have these amazing comebacks was such a miracle. And pretty much for years, right, we were getting bombarded, and I was listening to SBS tonight. You're getting SBS coming out now with stories that happened in the 90s about Donald Trump and all these prostitutes that he supposedly slept with, and all this hush money trial, bringing up Kamala Harris's past as well. And to me, guys, I feel that definitely I just don't take notice of all that bullshit that's going on. There is a lot of bullshit. The 2020 when Joe Biden came into power, okay, it was a corrupt election from day one, and everything's stuffed up. Dr. Fauci as well stuffed things up with COVID. But at the time, CNN, MSNBC, CNN, SBS, Channel 9, the ABC were all very anti-Trump. They hated Donald Trump, all the crap that he's put up with in the media. A rigged trial. Remember the whole trial that, and all these bullshit lawsuits that have happened, corrupt judges, and Donald Trump was willing to sit down with Joe Rogan and Dr. Phil, and actually, it was pretty cool, actually, and I recommend people to watch it, even if you're not a Republican supporter. Go and watch those episodes. I think Rudy Giuliani, actually, I've got to check that one out. Sat down with Dr. Phil. That I'll have to have a look at it. Now, yeah. But I just remember, like, a lot of the left-wing media just attacking people, slandering people. If you're a Donald Trump supporter, pretty much putting you down. Yeah, the whole left is coming up with men playing in women's sports as well. Are people getting to the point now where they're just fed up with all this woke stuff? Even Labour voters are getting fed up with all this woke stuff being shoved down our throats. Digital identifications, cashless society. Oh, they want to have, you to pay with the card. Everything has to be digital now. Not only that, America's had a lot of problems under the Biden administration with illegal immigrants crossing the border illegally. Yet Donald Trump was told he was a racist for building a wall. The problem is that a lot of the illegal immigrants coming in, a lot of them are criminals run by gangs. They don't speak the language. They're pretty much coming into the country illegally. Okay. And Australia had a problem with this for quite a few years with boat people under Kevin Rudd. Asylum seekers coming here illegally, crossing the border. And as you know, Tony Abbott turned back the boats to Nauru. But the Labor, the left deny it, the BBC deny it. Okay. I just get fed up with, if you're a Republican supporter, and you don't have to support everything the Republicans do or the Democrats do, but I just get sick of it where, I want to support the parties I want to support. And pretty much, just move on with my life pretty much. Yeah, so this is what you should go and check out the Joe Rogan Experience with Donald Trump, because it was very interesting. Dr. Phil's been on Joe Rogan's show as well. I've noticed the Joe Rogan Experience, when he first started, was very comedy, talking shit, but now it's become more informative, which has had some great guests like Dwayne Johnson, James Hetfield, Dave Mustaine, The Rock. I think Ric Flair was on there as well. A lot of these. So, it's interesting that he's getting some politicians on the show. As you know, I said at the start of the show about YouTube copyright strikes, but I'm getting fed up with all these woke left-wing companies and copyright strikes. The old days when you're in school, 30 years ago. You come home from school, you get on YouTube, you watch Dragon Ball Z with Linkin Park videos. And then the whole censorship came in, and people used to play along with covers, band covers with guitar, the actual music track, which is cool, actually. That's sort of how you learn. But then YouTube decided, we're going to fuck things around and make things so strict on people that, they can't express themselves as creatively as they want to. And this is what I don't like about a lot of these big tech corporations influencing presidential elections, politicians influencing these corporations, okay? Problem is, a lot of these companies, they just get so darn big, and then they have all these private investors that want to have their say. Show business has changed so much. I was watching, you remember the show Viva La Bam with Bam Margera? God, that was some funny stuff they did. A lot of crazy things on MTV. I couldn't do it today, but you see how, we miss the good old days where there was so much freedom that we could just get away with. And now we can't. So that's just how things have become. So I just get fed up of SBS bringing up all these old documentaries and old footage of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And people just got fed up of Joe Biden anyway. The guy, what's happened to him? Failed as a president. When you watch Dr. Phil on Joe Rogan, and not Dr. Phil, Donald Trump, sorry, my apologies. When you watch Donald Trump on the Joe Rogan Experience or Dr. Phil, he's actually answered the question straight up. Okay, he hasn't done any deflection tactics. He's answered the question, okay, and he's kept it on topic. He was able to have a conversation with Joe Rogan, okay, and be able to answer the questions, all right? Now, I highly recommend a lot of my listeners to go and check out that episode, all right? Because I've said before about Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates and these, evil people who can want to control the world is just not cool at all. Not cool. Apparently, Donald Trump is on TikTok. As I said, I don't use TikTok. He's got his own. I'm on Truth Social, of course. I'm sort of taking a bit of a break from social media at the moment. As I achieved my 1,000th Instagram post, so that was a goal achieved. I'm very proud of myself. So I thought I'll take a bit of a break from social media for a bit and concentrate on the podcast. And also to still uploading to Pond 5 and Motion Elements as well. I'm currently trying out a new, I think it's stock music library called Identify. It's Content ID. So I'm in the process of putting up some music on Identify. We'll talk about that on my YouTube channel, of course, and give you my review. So another library that I'm trialing at the moment. Okay. Yeah, so we've seen in these last 4 years of these challenging times, the cost of living crisis is still here. Okay. Coles and Woolies have been caught out, as you know, by the ACCC. I've had problems with Brighter superannuation in Australia is just unreliable. All right. I've had to file a complaint against Brighter Super because they're just not helping me. This is this is what I don't like about these superannuation companies. Okay. These private super companies are holding your hard-earned money so they can deduct their annual fees to make a profit out of you. And then what happens if you like I said, you're not working, of course, and there's no money going into your super, and then they're just going to end up taking all your superannuation, and they deny it. They want they want to take the fees. Yeah, so I'm not impressed with Brighter Super at all. I'm happy to share my experience. 3 phone calls, and all the phone calls are recorded, okay? So I filed a complaint to the Australian, I think it was the Australian Financial Complaints Authority. One of the, so I thought I'll take it to someone else because I just got fed up with it. I'm just sick and tired of banks superannuation. It's called the Australian Financial, the AFCA, Australian Financial Complaints Authority. If you have a problem with your bank or your superannuation or whatever to do with finances, I'm sick and tired of these companies bullying people just to take advantage of us Australians, okay, and taking advantage of people with disabilities, especially in finances in the bank, so they can make a profit out of your savings. That's not fair. And speaking of banks, I remember years ago, I think I was about 18, 19 years old, went into the Commonwealth Bank one time. This was in the Narellan Town Centre. This was when it was not brand new, of course. And one of the bank ladies, right, she says to me, "Oh, do you want to borrow money?" I said, "No, I'm not interested." And I've had problems, credit card as well. I'm sure there's people out there in credit card, how the banks want you to have a credit card and slave off your off you, because whoever's giving you that credit card, that loan, is getting commission out of you. It's always been like that, and us Australians starting to wake up to the power of any of these big banks, corporations, super. And the problem is when they have all the hidden charges in the terms and conditions, which they do on the paperwork, and they don't tell you. I think you notice that, you're getting all these fees. So this is what I don't like about superannuation as well. How they charge fees out of your hard-earned money. I mean, so look, if it's too good to be true out there, whatever side it is, don't even bother. That's how I see it. Banks too, they'll try and, probably because I'm different, they will say, oh yeah, we can do it. Sometimes you just, people to the point where they can trust the bank. Okay. Again, this is my opinion. All right. This is what's going on. Yeah, so, and it was interesting, again, back to Donald Trump about and Emmanuel Macron, right? Now, it was to do with taxes. Like, apparently, it was something to do with wine. Apparently, was he something to do with American products being shipped to France that were, I think it was undertaxed, and then wine. He was jacking up the price of a wine, but then he didn't want it. Apparently, they did. So this is what I don't like. This is all governments in the world, especially alcohol, cigarettes, food. They want to put such a heavy tax on it, and they're taking like a huge cut out of a business's profits. So, I mean, I can understand why Donald Trump wants things to be made in America, like Henry Ford making cars in America. The problem is, you know, if like for instance, these Chinese electric vehicles with spy cameras, okay, being imported to Australia, they're going to have such a huge tax on it because of the import tax coming from China, these electric vehicles. So that's the problem, that they, unfortunately, when there's business, the government wants to take their cut. And it's like the more business owns, the more the government wants to take out of your profits. It's just always been like that. Okay. And people just get fed up with it because people just don't have the money to spend on nice things, to go out, take a beautiful lady out on a date to a restaurant, and people can't. So that's the main issue I think people are fed up with, is just being flat broke out there. Yeah, but I'm talking economics point of view, of course. It's different everywhere. Again, global warming and all this climate change stuff, don't fall victim to that stuff. It's all rubbish. And wind farms. As I said, when I'm driving down to Thredbo, you going past Canberra, you see all these wind farms, solar panels, dickheads cold calling people trying to sell solar panels. Tell them I don't know. I'm fed up with it. What else? Yeah, and telling people to invest in carbon emissions, sustainability, climate change, net zero by 2050. Christopher Bowen banning petrol cars in Canberra. Never ends, doesn't it? Never ends, eh? But yeah, it's just good to chill out here on Rumble and share freedom of speech, share free speech, of course. Yeah, I've just had like quite a big week this week. Oh my god, like running to all these medical appointments on. You get some of those weeks where it's just hectic and you feel by Sunday evening you're just exhausted. That's how I feel. Yeah, so I ended up having a nap today. Thought I'll have a nap for about an hour. Just to have a rest. Did cut some grass, mowed the lawn, did some lawns as well. That was good. Yeah, so it's just it's good to, I guess when you're climbing the mountain of Mount Everest, you're gonna have those days where you're gonna have a lot of hiccups, storms come in, but we just keep on going. Of course, we keep on going. Yeah, I remember. Some occasionally you watch some JRE clips online on Spotify. Apparently, Spotify had a problem with uploading the Donald Trump episode. Don't know why. You see, all these left wing tech companies pretty much shadow banned Donald Trump. Like, there was a time that they banned him from Twitter for how many years? Or didn't he wasn't using Twitter or what was it? Instagram. I know he's on Gab Social. I know Gab Social, they came around 2015, free speech. Again, they're crowdfunded. So it goes to show these left-wing companies don't want to support freedom of speech. And it's like, because my podcast distributor is Spotify for podcasters, right? Yeah, and the monetizer, because I'm trying to get this show monetized, of course, because I love what I do, okay? Yeah, and I'm fed up with all these. They want all these requirements and make it a near impossible grind for creators just to get compensated for their work because of the time that they put in. Again, my opinion, by the way. Everyone can object to it. Yeah, so that's the point I'm trying to make, where I feel that these tech companies are just not giving creators a fair go, all right, and giving creators an opportunity to express their freedom of speech through their work and content creation, okay? Now, obviously, yeah, I pretty much feel great to, I'd say, yeah, just be here now and just try and be in the present moment, of course. Everyone is on a journey that's different, okay? We're all on a different path to what we need to create, but you just keep creating. So I thought, I'd give my honest review on the Joe Rogan Experience with Donald Trump, which was pretty interesting. I recommend people to go and watch it as well. I'm going to leave it there for tonight, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the show as well. Please subscribe. All right, I publish new episodes every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Okay. Share any of your favorite episodes or interviews on social media. If you subscribe, guys, you get notifications, so you get your new episodes straight away. And it helps the channel grow as well. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.